Hey, Durag Wisdom here. And the music you hear in the background is Viva Zapata by Alex North, and it's a re-recording conducted by my favorite motion picture composer, Jerry Goldsmith. It's got that Spanish Mexican theme. I love the Latino, the Mexican theme. You know, first thing I want to do is smoke some of this marijuana wax I have in honor of the creep, the fascist cracker mother pepper, Jeff Sessions. I love it. I love it. Almost fell on the floor. All right, I got to keep talking here. So what I'm saying is, that was some hit. And that's in honor. And that's in honor of Jeff Sessions. Sometimes when you smoke this stuff, it takes your mind someplace else. You get a really good hit. And today Jeff Sessions came out and was lamenting against the marijuana threat, medicinal use, recreational use. That cracker piece of shit. And anybody out there who says, well, what are you using those racial terms for? Hey, look at the color of my skin. I could say that if I want. Cracker piece of crap. You know why I smoke it? Well, first of all, it helps, you know, create. A lot of creative shit comes out of my head from it. I love that. You know, I like that the stream of consciousness, like kind of a Faulknerian kind of thing. I have arthritis in every joint in my body. Like I had to raise my bike. I have a bicycle that I ride around. I like that. And I had to raise my handlebars like this high, because my fingers, after a while, when I was riding, it would take like 10 minutes, and I'd have excruciating pain in my fingers. I mean, I try to ignore the pain as much as possible, but sometimes it comes up. I have stenosis in my neck. I'm suffering from secondary post-traumatic stress syndrome from growing up with two very sad and very sick people who did the best they could, but they really, my parents. So it's nice to be able to use this stuff, and I've used it for like 50 years. Like I'm 66. And here comes that cracker scumbag, Jeff Beauregard Mother Effer Sessions. And he's talking about the opioid. He's linking the opioid addiction with this stuff. I hate opioids, folks. Let me tell you something. If I'm given an opioid, I throw up. I mean, after a surgery, they give you these opioids, and I have to wait until like late in the day, you know, and go through as much pain, you know, whatever it was, and then I take maybe one, which will help as long as I take one. But, you know, like if I'm in a dentist's office, they give you an opioid, forget it, I'm going to throw up. I hate opioids. And to say that this is connected, well, I also like to drink. So maybe the fact that I drink bourbon, you know, like hard liquor, Sometimes I think I consider myself a functioning alcoholic. I'm laughing about it, but you know, the fact of the matter is, maybe you know, I've been drinking more liquor recently. Maybe this is leading to liquor drinking. Folks, as far as I'm concerned, and I'm a pessimist and I'm a cynic, and I just want you to know that because it's you know, it's part of what imbues my entire, it informs my entire outlook. I mean, I believe that human beings are at their best at this point in evolution at us making each other as miserable as possible. I mean, miserable. I mean, the last 66 years, when they say it all changed after 9/11, it was always miserable. Watch any Twilight Zone episode from the 1960s. It's always been. We're a bunch of savages. We're still going through our savage tribal phase. And it could be another 100,000 years, if we're still around after 100,000 years, that we may evolve into something more refined. But in the meantime, we treat each other miserable. And nothing illustrates that more than when we go to work. Now, it says in the Bible, they believe in a Protestant work ethic. You work, according to the Bible, one of the commandments of the Lord is that you work by the sweat of your brow. You know, mankind was thrown out of the Garden of Eden, and now you're going to work at the sweat of your brow. And also, women are going to have pain giving birth. Shit like that. Nasty shit like that. So, I believe that our society really interprets that. We work our asses off. Americans work longer hours. They have less vacation time than any of these other countries around the world. I mean, I'm talking about developed countries. We work our asses off. And you know what the assumption is? When you go to work, your employer has a right to treat you any way that they want to. As bad as they want to, as long as, you know, they don't skirt the law. I mean, you can go to the law, whatever you want. But my entire life, I've learned one thing. I mean, not one thing, but I've learned that the boss, by and large, like in the movie, Wall-E, the boss, by and large, thinks he or she is entitled, thinks he or she is the only thing that exists on this planet. And when you go to work for them, all you're there for is to help enlarge them, to help make them money. And they don't feel a need to treat you like with respect or dignity, or understanding the fact that you don't want to live off of society, you want to live with society. I mean, I've worked my whole life. Now I'm retired. Well, not really. I mean, I'm still working in terms of writing and stuff like I'm trying to do, but I've worked my whole life. And people get treated in our society like shit. People work hard, exploited, anti-union right-wing shitheads. You know something? I let the workers go ahead of me in line now. I'm retired. When I'm on the subway and someone needs to sit, I let them sit. Because they're still working and I'm retired. And I know the shit that they're going through. I know what they're putting up with. So what the hell's wrong if I want to go home and smoke some of this? Or drink that? That's legal. As long as I want to drink this, that's totally legal. I can drink all I want, but if I want to smoke this, I'm not allowed? What kind of hypocritical shit is that? I'm an adult. I'm 66 years old, and Jeff Sessions, fuck you. I'm going to get high on anything I want, and I believe that anyone who wants to get high on anything they want, it should all be legal. If someone wants to get off of a drug, yes, that should be available to them. But if someone wants to be high all the time, as long as they're getting up and going to work on Monday and wagging their fucking tail, they should be allowed to get high on any fucking thing they want. Because as long as this society is going to follow the Protestant ethic, as long as employers can treat people like shit, as long as you're going to make this world, the rich assholes of this world are going to make us all as miserable as possible, We can get high any fucking way that we want, Jeff Sessions. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna get high.